Most people think protecting their ears means one thing: avoiding loud noise. Put in earplugs at a concert, turn down the volume on your headphones. Stay away from construction sites without proper gear, and yes, that matters. But here is what almost no one talks about. Sound protection only deals with what enters your ears from the outside. It does nothing about what is happening on the inside. And the inside of your auditory system is where the real story begins. What if the real threat to your hearing clarity was not the noise around you, but something far less visible, far less obvious, and far more common? That is exactly what we are going to explore today. Let us start with something most people have never considered. Your ear is not just a passive receiver of sound. It is a living, active biological system. Inside your inner ear, there are thousands of microscopic hair cells, tiny, fragile sensory structures that translate sound vibrations into electrical signals your brain can understand. These cells do not regenerate easily. Once they are damaged or weakened, they do not simply come back. But here is where it gets interesting. These hair cells require a constant supply of oxygen, nutrients, and clean circulation to function properly. They are surrounded by fluid. They depend on healthy nerve pathways to transmit signals with clarity. And they are highly sensitive to the internal environment your body creates every single day. That internal environment is shaped by things like stress levels, sleep quality, nutritional status, circulation efficiency, and something called oxidative stress, a process where unstable molecules, known as free radicals, begin to damage cells throughout the body, including the delicate structures of your inner ear. Most people over 50 are already dealing with some level of oxidative stress, and most of them have no idea, by the way. Tell us in the comments where you are watching from today. And if you or someone close to you has ever noticed changes in hearing clarity or that constant sense of mental fog. We would really like to hear your story. Now, back to what is actually happening inside your ear. Chronic stress is one of the most underestimated enemies of auditory wellness. When your nervous system is under sustained pressure, blood vessels constrict. Circulation to the inner ear reduces. The hair cells receive less of what they need to operate at their best. Over time, this creates a cumulative effect that has nothing to do with the noise around you and everything to do with the internal state of your body. Modern life has made this problem nearly invisible. We have learned to normalize fatigue. We have learned to ignore the ringing that comes and goes. We have learned to accept mental cloudiness as just part of getting older. But what most people do not realize is that the ear, the brain, and the nervous system are not separate systems. They function together. The auditory nerve connects directly to regions of the brain responsible for memory, attention, and emotional processing. When the auditory pathway is under stress, whether from oxidative damage, poor circulation, or nervous system overload, the effects do not stay in the ear. They ripple outward. That is why so many adults over 50 describe the same cluster of experiences. Difficulty following conversations in noisy environments, a sense of mental effort when listening, fatigue after sounds that never used to bother them, a subtle but persistent sense that something has shifted. And this is where the real problem begins. The standard advice is simple. Protect your ears from loud sounds. Get a hearing test. Maybe get a hearing aid if things get bad enough. What is almost never discussed is the daily internal support your auditory system needs to stay healthy. The circulation, the antioxidant defense, the nervous system regulation, the nutritional environment that keeps those hair cells and auditory nerves functioning as they should. This is not about fixing a problem after it happens. This is about understanding how your body maintains hearing wellness from the inside out, and what happens when that internal support starts to fall short. So, what can actually be done? Start with the fundamentals. Sleep deeply and consistently. Chronic sleep deprivation increases cortisol, impairs circulation, and accelerates oxidative stress throughout the body, including inside the ear. Manage your stress response actively, not passively. The nervous system does not self-regulate through willpower alone. It responds to deliberate inputs, movement, breathing, rest, nutrition. Nutrition plays a deeper role in ear health than most people expect. Certain compounds found in plants and natural sources have been studied for their potential to support antioxidant defense, nerve health and circulation, all factors that are directly relevant to how the auditory system functions over time. The surprising part is that many of the most promising natural compounds in this area are not widely known outside of scientific circles. Ingredients like certain plant extracts, vitamins and minerals that work together to support the kind of internal environment where ear and brain health can be maintained as we age. If you are looking for a convenient way to support your hearing wellness from the inside, there is a natural option we have referenced that brings several of these supportive compounds together in a single formula. It is designed to support hearing clarity, ear wellness, cognitive focus, mental calmness, and nervous system health, particularly for adults who want to be proactive about their auditory well-being. You can find the link to learn more in the pinned comment below this video. Take a look when you have a moment, but regardless of what you decide, the most important shift today is this. Stop thinking about hearing protection as something that only happens from the outside in. Your ears are living tissue. They are fed by your blood. They are supported by your nervous system. They are affected by your stress, your sleep, your nutrition, and your body's ability to defend itself against cellular damage. Sound protection matters, but it is only half the story. The other half is everything that happens inside. The invisible daily biology of your auditory system, and whether your body has what it needs to keep it functioning with clarity, strength, and resilience. That is what SoundMind Lab is here to help you understand. If this video gave you a new way of thinking about your hearing health, leave a comment below and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And make sure you're subscribed, because what we are covering next goes even deeper into the connection between your nervous system and the way you experience sound every day.